Good evening and welcome. First up, news from South Asia. India has rejected an offer from Pakistan for talks on the transit trade to Afghanistan. Reports suggest the offer was made by the Pakistan Chief of Army Staff, General Qamar Javed Bajwa, when he called on Afghan President Ashraf Ghani on October the 1st in Kabul. During the discussions on the renewal of the Afghanistan-Pakistan Transit Trade Agreement, or APTTA, Ghani repeated concerns that trade with India over the Wagah border has been blocked by Pakistan despite the agreement. It is believed that the Afghan president conveyed the conversation to New Delhi, after which India said it would not take up the offer for talks. Ghani has said that he would cut off Pakistan's access to Central Asia and issued a decree last week cancelling permission for Pakistani trucks to transit through Afghanistan. India and Afghanistan are now working on strengthening alternative routes, including the air cargo corridor launched in the month of June this year and the Chabahar Sea route. India shipped its first consignment of wheat to Afghanistan via Iran's Chabahar port on Sunday. The Afghan president tweeted about the flagging off of the wheat shipment, calling it a landmark moment for Afghanistan, Iran and India. He called it a step towards robust connectivity in the region. Now, the Iranian port will act as India's primary route to reach supplies to Afghanistan. Shipments for Afghanistan from Kandla and other Indian ports will bypass Gwadar in Pakistan and reach Chabahar directly. From there, it's a 100-kilometer journey through Zahedan all the way to Afghanistan. All right, for more of the story, I'm now joined by my colleague Maral Ghulampur from Tehran. Good evening to you, Maral. The Chabahar port will not be fully operational till 2018. Now, what remains to be built?
Hello and good afternoon. Yes, you see, development plan of Chabahar port consists of 5 phases. So according to the information I have from Ports and Maritime Organization of Sistan Balochistan province, which is where Chabahar port is located, currently the pier is 92% complete and the phase 1 is currently estimated at 86%. So the construction at phase 1 is almost finished, but we still have got 4 more phases. But the good news is that the phase 1 of Chabahar port is operational and ready to receive the shipment of wheat from India to Afghanistan, and the ship will arrive tomorrow, marking official launch of the maritime gateway between Iran and India. According again to officials, following completion of the development plan of the port, in the first phase, its capacity has increased from 2.5 million tons to 8.5 million tons. So tomorrow, a ship carrying 640,000 containers weighing around 15,000 tons will dock at Chabahar, and then this Indian gift for Afghanistan will then be taken by trucks to Afghanistan.
Right now, Maral, we know that the first Indian ship with wheat for Afghanistan has indeed set sail and will dock in Chabahar sometime tomorrow. Now, how was it possible to send this shipment if the port is not fully operational? Explain to the WION viewer, please.
Well, basically at the moment, like I said, because it has 4 different phases and phase 1 is almost complete. So what the officials have proposed is that they have completed the pier and the construction site where is about to receive the consignment. So that phase of the port which is required for the process of this first shipment is indeed complete. But still there is, as you mentioned, there is still about 4 phases to be completed by the end of 2018. So, like I said, the first consignment, which supplies consignment altogether, is about 7 shipments, about 1 million tons of wheat, and 6 more which will be sent to Afghanistan over the next few months. I think the port will then be developed further in the next couple of months, but at the moment they are only using the phase 1 of the Chabahar port.
And very quickly, Maral, what's the reaction or information you're getting in Tehran? How is Iran looking at this collaboration among Iran, India and Afghanistan?
Well, this morning I was trying to reach several officials and they were very busy, and I think also excited to get ready for tomorrow's receiving of the ship. I think they all anticipate a surge in cargo to Iran, and it certainly will attract significant attention from all main carriers. And I think, again, there also will be a risk of congestion issues in Iranian ports should a demand surge in Chabahar port be too big. But at the moment, I think everyone's very pleased that the port is finally operational, although it's better to say it's partly operational, right. But still, they are ready and excited.
All right, Maral, thank you for your inputs. You were listening to WION correspondent Maral Golampur, who is joining us live via Skype from Tehran. All right, moving on, and now to news from India. A Delhi-bound Jet Airways flight from Mumbai was diverted to Ahmedabad after a threat letter was found on board the flight. The flight 9W339, which took off from Mumbai at around 3 a.m., landed at Ahmedabad airport at 3:45. All the passengers were asked to deplane and were screened. The accused has now been identified. He confessed that he kept the threat note to destabilize the Jet Airways flight. The Civil Aviation Ministry of India has advised airlines to put him on the no-fly list. All right, in other news, Islamabad's court will be hearing the plea of Indian national Hamid Nihal Ansari. 31-year-old Ansari was arrested by Pakistani authorities in the year 2012 for illegally entering the country from Afghanistan. Reportedly, he wanted to meet a girl he had befriended on the internet. He's filed a petition through lawyers seeking remission of his sentence, citing that he will be completing his term soon and therefore should be set free. All right, we'll get you more information on this story from Pakistan, but just to bring our viewers up to speed with this developing story, and court in Islamabad will be hearing the plea of Indian national Hamid Nihal Ansari. The 31-year-old Ansari was arrested by Pakistani authorities in the year 2012 for illegally entering the country from Afghanistan, reportedly to meet a girl he had befriended on the internet. Ansari has since filed a petition through lawyers seeking remission of his sentence, citing that he will be completing his term soon and therefore he should be set free. Former Union Minister Salman Khurshid is facing fire from Islamic hardliners. Darul Uloom Deoband, which is one of the biggest Islamic seminaries in South Asia, has decided to throw the top Congress leader out of Islam for taking part in Diwali celebrations. The action was taken after videos of Khurshid worshipping Hindu Lord Ram went viral on the social media. The seminary in a statement said, and I quote, "His act is against the basic tenets of Islam, which does not allow any devout Muslim to worship anyone other than Allah. Moreover, idol worship is strictly banned in Islam," unquote. Reacting to the ouster, Khurshid tweeted that respect for compatriots' religion was not denial of one's own. Earlier, dozens of Muslim women were also ousted from Islam by the same seminary for allegedly worshipping Lord Ram during the festival of Diwali. Hearing Kerala's so-called love jihad case, India's top court has ordered Hadiya to be produced before the court on November the 27th. The court said it wants to find out whether the victim wants to stay with her parents or not. The court also observed that marriage is a personal affair and single case should not be allowed to destroy the sincerity of the law. Meanwhile, arguing for the government, Additional Solicitor General Maninder Singh said girls are being manipulated for consent and Hadiya's is a case of psychological kidnapping. The court made the remarks while hearing Hadiya's husband Shafeen Jahan's plea to junk Kerala High Court order which annulled his marriage with a Hindu girl. During the early hearing on October the 3rd, the Supreme Court rejected the plea of Hadiya's father to nullify her marriage with Shafeen. Hadiya had allegedly converted to Islam of her own volition and subsequently married Shafeen Jahan, a native of Kollam in Kerala. The case was portrayed by some Kerala groups as a case of love jihad. 25-year-old Hadia or Akila Ashokan, who is currently staying with her parents after court's order, in a video accused her father of hitting her and alleged that she might be killed soon. The Indian Army has finalized one of its biggest procurement plans for infantry modernization. It is launching a fresh hunt for 7.7 lakh assault rifles, 54,000 light machine guns and over 44,000 carbines after a string of failed attempts to equip its soldiers with these basic weapons during the past decade. A cost of nearly 40,000 crore rupees will be used to purchase the infantry to replace its aging and obsolete weapons. Apart from kick-starting the procurement process, the government has also sent a message to the Defence Research and Development Organisation or DRDO to expedite its work on various small arms. The procurement of assault rifles has witnessed significant delays due to a variety of reasons, including the Army's failure to finalise the specifications for it.